What's up, everybody? Welcome to my 1-year channel anniversary stream. I'm actually really excited about doing this with you guys today. I don't know what we're going to end up talking about or what I'll end up sharing with you guys, what we're going to be watching or anything like that. But I started this channel a year ago today, July 24th, 2019. You can check the receipts. And this channel has actually, given me a lot of really cool creative opportunities to do a lot of really cool stuff that I wouldn't have done otherwise. So this has given me a platform to not only create, but also share some of the things that I had done, whether it be at school or at church or in my bedroom or whatever, that I can actually kind of put out so that more people can see it. The numbers that this channel has done in just a year, to me, has been really humbling. In the last year, I've dropped 38 videos, and from those 38 videos, 708 of you have subscribed to my channel, and those 38 videos have received 12,800 views. I love those numbers. That's really cool. It's really awesome that, one person would subscribe to my channel, let alone 708. And I think we're going to get to see kind of the progression of that as we look through different videos. But I'm first off so thankful for each and every one of you guys for not only for tuning into this, but for supporting me in the way you have, which has been watching, which has been liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing. So I guess first things first, if you haven't, please like this video, drop a comment, let me know what your favorite video of mine has been so far, what your favorite moment on this YouTube channel has been so far, what you enjoy hearing about from this stream. If you're watching live, sound off in the chat room. If you're new, welcome. Very nice to meet you. Please subscribe to this channel. That's the best way that you can become a part of this community. So yeah, I think the best way to do this is to actually kind of look to the beginning. What happened July 24th, what happened weeks before July 24th that kind of led up to this. I had a YouTube channel before this one. It was linked with my high school Gmail, which was problematic because I graduated and that wasn't my Gmail anymore. So therefore it wasn't my YouTube anymore. It didn't have much traction. It didn't have much content or anything. But one day Google just said, oh, this isn't yours anymore, and all my videos were gone. So I was like, oh boy. So it was kind of the push off the cliff to get me to actually take this seriously and take it, be a bit more legit about it. And I'm so glad I did. So basically I made this channel and I came up with this release strategy where I was going to drop 14 videos in 14 days. Now there were 14 videos that I had already made, had already recorded, had already released on other platforms like the old YouTube channel and things like that. But if they were going to all centralize here, then I would actually have a channel and then we can go from there and start working. And that's what we did. Tyler Hannon, he's actually helped me on a lot of these videos, but he kind of came over and we shot some promotional stuff. We shot the announcement, and then we kind of put together the 14 videos. And I put one out every single day for 2 weeks. It was consistency. It was a small challenge, but it proved that, to me at least, that this is something I wanted to take seriously. And it was awesome. The amount of people that were day one ready to go with me on this journey. Just to reminisce a bit, let's watch a little bit of the announcement trailer of when I was going to start this channel.
Excited to announce the relaunch of my YouTube.
And there I am.
Starting this Friday, I'll be posting.
You don't have to see any more of that. Anyway, so that's what I did. On a Friday, so that was a Wednesday, I believe. The Thursday, I posted a promo of all the different videos that were going to be posted. And then Friday, and then 2 weeks from Friday, I posted 14 videos. That was awesome. That was a great review, kind of actually for me to know what I've done in the past, and then kind of give me a frame of reference of what I want the channel to look like in the future. So that was really cool. So what I think a large portion of what this video is going to be is that I want to go through the top 10 most viewed videos on this channel. I mean, that's obviously the videos that have resonated with you guys the most, so I figured I can talk about them. If we come across one that maybe you haven't seen, then I highly suggest you go check it out. But maybe you'll learn something new, or you'll see something new, and hopefully you'll enjoy this kind of journey that we go through together. Before number 10, though, I want to do a few honorable mentions of videos that did not make the top 10 viewership list, but I still want to touch on really quickly. So the first video I want to talk about is my acapella cover of Yesterday. This was something that is actually on the old channel, and I actually originally made it for Instagram, but it was really the first kind of, in my opinion, like the flagship creative piece of content that I first put out on my own, completely on my own, and kind of gave it my all. This was the best I could do with the capacities that I had, both here and here. So let's watch a little bit of this.
Yesterday, ooh, all my troubles seem so far away. Ooh, now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Look at those glasses in the bottom right. Oh, this shot. I'm gonna pause. This is the first thing I'm gonna talk about. This suddenly shot. So the normal video is kind of 3x3, 9 videos. But the suddenly, there we have, I guess, within each of the 8 outside frames, an extra 4 shots. So if we're doing the math, that would be 12, 24, 32 videos, and then the 33rd being the one in the middle. I made this video on iMovie. This was before I had any other videoing software. Actually, most of what we're going to watch today was made on iMovie. And it was very frustrating because you can't have more than 2 videos on iMovie playing at once. And this is 33. So I would legit have to put 2 together, render it, add 1 more, render it, add 1 more, render it 33 times. So that, I think it was worth the shot though, because look at this craziness. Let's watch it again.
In yesterday, suddenly, I'm not the man that I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came some.
I don't know where I came up with some of this harmony. I'm actually a really big fan of it. Like, I want to go back and kind of take a look at the voicings and things like that and figure out, like, what the heck was I doing? Oh, there's a very epic moment coming up that I just remembered happens. Watch the bottom right. Watch the bottom right.
Oh, yesterday.
Ridiculous.
Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away.
Ooh.
I believe.
Okay, I'll pause it again there because, oh man. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, indulging myself completely. And I guess maybe this is what this video will be. Hopefully not. But I love having all these thick textures and then all of a sudden, let's listen to it again.
Hide away.
All these thick textures, and then all of a sudden, hide away. Just this one person. Let's finish.
I believe in yesterday. Ooh.
Yesterday. That's great. That's great. I love that. I'm so glad I got to watch that. So yeah, making that video was incredibly fun. Putting it out, I got really great reception from some of you guys on Instagram. You know, just people being kind of blown away. And I knew, like, this is something I can do. So I knew, like, this is just the first taste of what I can do. And essentially when people were so excited about the first one, I knew, like, oh, I can give them so much more, which just propelled me to want to make more and post more and produce more. So anyway, yeah, I made that before I made the channel. And I'll always love that arrangement. It's actually funny. My sister Katie, when she's kind of around the house, she'll sing Yesterday, but she'll sing the riffs that I did in this video. So that I'm not the man that I used to be, and stuff like that is funny because she'll know that I'll react to it when she does it. But But anyway, yeah, let's go on. The next of our honorable mentions I want to watch is the first of my Maxed Out Melodies series, which I wish I've done more because they're really fun. They're a great challenge. But essentially, I'd have a friend send a video of them singing something without any background, and then I would produce the other 8 parts. So let's watch. This is Location with William Muirhead.
Won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need a time and place to come through. So won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations.
I taped this in my dorm. I took
Sometimes I wonder why I fooled you.
Hey, I'll explain how I did it out there, but right now I just want to listen.
Didn't wanna fall for you. Gather my attention, it was all for you. So
that is a groove that I know he did not expect to hit when he first recorded this. Oh, this is too.
Things go a little bit better when you plan it. Oh, so won't you send me your location? Let's
now you can see my dorm a little bit better. Here's my lamp.
Cause I just need a time and place to come through.
I don't know what that chord is. It's so funny, man. Like I do all these arrangements, but I have no idea now in hindsight what I was doing. They just happen, and then I do it and I put it out. I wish I did though, because I wish I didn't have to go back and listen and be like, what did I do there? I wish I could tell you it was this science that I just know in my head, but no, I'm just making stuff up. The thing I was going to say earlier was that I took kind of the frame out of my bed, and I clipped a blanket onto it and then put it against a wall, and then that was my backdrop for that video. There's a second one I did of these, which was Fool on the Hill with TJ North. Let's watch that.
Day after day, alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still, but nobody
Parker loves to call me out about that. Whoop, 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 whoop.
that he's just a fool, and he never gives an answer, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down.
I remember I ended up doing like 3 arrangements of this before I got to the one I liked. This was one of those like harder processes for me to actually complete something that I liked. Oh, and then this transition.
He never listens to them and knows that they're the fools, but they don't like him. The fool on the hill sees the sun going down.
This is fantastic.
And the eyes in his head see the world spinning round.
You can see my whole dorm room. My dorm room is my studio, man. That's why I love to be at Anderson creating. So actually let's go ahead and get into shout out to TJ. Thank you for sending me that video, and thank you for doing that with me, because I love that song and I love what we ended up doing with it. And you sounded great on it. So yeah, shout out TJ. Let's get into the top 10 most viewed videos of my channel. So number 10, the 10th most viewed video would be Circle of Life. This is a cover that I did that Tyler Hannon shot and I edited. It was a really fun time shooting this. This was actually the first major release on this channel after the 14 videos in 14 days thing. This was kind of the first one to come out after that, and I love how it came out. I loved making it just here in Palmetto Bay, him and I driving around and just kind of shooting stuff. So yeah, let's watch and let's see kind of what parts I want to point out. It's a nice iMovie title transition without making it seem too canned. Something I love about this video is that like I hide a lot of vocals in this one. I didn't want it to be, you know, because I had done the acapella stuff and the big stuff, but I still wanted, like, that's still part of my brand, whether it's up front or in the back. So I hid a lot of vocals in this one that I hope you can find and listen to.
There's more to see than can ever be seen.
I'm remembering editing this, and we ultimately had like 2 shots per lyric. So if I didn't get something that worked, I had to work around it. Just because, you know, it was just 2 of us, and there's only so much we could do. I think his camera died too, something like that. But I mean, what we worked with, and I think I like this video. 250 people watched it, and 29, so it's a strong like 11%.
And it moves us all through despair till we find our place.
I had to make that one slow motion because I don't know what happened, but you can tell like place, and then it cuts.
In the circle from the day we arrived on the planet and blinking.
This was certainly inspired by the AU Gospel Choir having performed this at the President's Gala earlier that year. That was an awesome performance, and this is an awesome song. It's my favorite Disney movie, so I knew I wanted to do this. It was actually part of that summer, 2019, was, I think I posted 3 videos that had to do with movies coming out that summer. I did this for the Lion King remake that Jon Favreau directed. I did Yesterday for the movie Yesterday, where the guy lives in a world where the Beatles were forgotten. And then I did When She Loved Me, a cover of When She Loved Me for Toy Story 4. So that was really cool. That was a bit of my movie fandom seeping into my creative process. There's the drone shot. Just me and the. I didn't even know I had a camera on me there. I was just playing. I was just sitting on a rock playing the shaker. That was a very fun video to shoot. So yeah, shout out to Tyler Hannon for shooting that one. That was a really fun video to make. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Let's go to number 9. Number 9 is my live performance of Bohemian Rhapsody. When I was a senior in high school, I was very ambitious. And we had a talent show, and I said, hey, I'm gonna do Bohemian Rhapsody. And I said I was gonna do it by myself. This view count is because I send this to a lot of people. Humility aside, I loved doing this. I loved what came out of it. I loved performing it that night. It was such a fun performance. It's such a crazy song. I mean, it's always teetered within kind of my favorite songs, whether it's like 1 or 2 or 3. But man, like just that composition is amazing. Getting to perform it was so fun. And you can kind of see how much fun I'm having, which I think was the value of this video. So let's take a look.
Hey everybody, I'm Milian.
We don't have to listen to me to introduce what I'm about to do. Fun fact, it's the same shirt I wore in the channel announcement video. This kid, what is he doing?
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Lighting coming up on C. That was light designed by Lenny Castaneda. And I believe camera work. I think Tyler shot this. Timing that drum entrance for the track to be kind of on the same page with me after singing that whole verse with no rhythm. That was always a scary part. I'm like, are they gonna come in? God, they did. So it was good. What a song. What a song. For anyone that does a talent show in their life, word of advice, 90% of your success is going to be the song you pick. Actually, that's kind of music in general, or covering, that is. But, you know, you have to do a Bohemian Rhapsody or a Piano Man or a Benny and the Jets, I don't know. Because then people are like, oh my gosh, Bohemian Rhapsody, whatever. And here comes the shoulder and the tongue. I'd like to say that those were tics I had in high school, but they're kind of still tics. Tyler's like, oh, he's moving! Oh, he's moving! I remember the sound check doing it with Lenny, and he was just like, what in the world are you doing? Also, I think I put this all together in like 2 weeks. It wasn't like I think I had thought of it very early on. I knew I wanted to do it, but I mean, I don't know, in high school doing whatever high school kids do. That's a lie, I didn't do what high school kids did. But anyway, like, I don't think I even auditioned. I think I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do Bohemian Rhapsody, and then like last minute I finally put it together, and hey. I don't know what they said, but I always remember that that's there. Now I'm just really in my bag. We don't have to finish this. But anyway, yeah, awesome experience. And I'm glad it lives on. So thank you to Tyler for capturing that. I'm glad it lives on, at least in video, however shaky it may be, you know, because, you know, that's something that I want to hold on to and watch, you know, and look back on. Number 8 is my cover of A Song for You, shot and edited by Tim St. Clair, mixed by Parker Gann. We shot this at the Malden Cultural Center, and it's going to be the first of many videos that we shall shoot at the Malden Cultural Center. But this song has just kind of been, I mean, I think I was a junior in high school. My dad came to me, he's like, you got to learn how to play A Song for You. He does that a lot, but that one he was kind of a bit more serious about. What I mean by that is he's always giving me suggestions of songs to learn, but that one he kind of like really cared about me learning how to play it. And it took a few months and I learned it. It just kind of became the song, my go-to song for auditions or for, you know, kind of anything of that nature where I wanted to show someone who I am as a pianist and vocalist. And it took a while, but I finally kind of got it captured in this music video. So yeah, let's watch. I love Tim's directing style. I think it's pretty unique. He does a lot of these crossfades that are like delayed, so that we feel kind of disoriented that we're watching 2, maybe 3 maxes at once. And you'll kind of see those shots here. But yeah, and also a super clean mix by Parker for the vocals of this. I love it. Parker knows the struggles we went through while we were mixing this. It actually took a few days because some plugins were not behaving very well, and it was it's a fun time to at least look back on now. It wasn't fun at the time. There's one of the triple shots. I love him. I love him.
Of the truth, withholding nothing. You came out in front when I was hiding.
Man, I love the kind of dramaticism of the way that was shot, man. It's really, really cool. Shout out Tim St. Clair, man. Go follow him. I'll throw his IG up here. Dude's awesome. What he's been doing with Upstate Sings has been really cool. I got to be on one of those videos. It's been really, really awesome what he's been doing during quarantine. But anyway, yeah. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is a cover of So Will I by Hillsong United, I believe. I was reached out to by Mr. Reed, the Bible teacher at my old high school, that they were doing virtual chapels during quarantine, and that he wanted to know if I would lead worship. And I said, yes, of course. WCS Chapel was really a place where I really made my bones kind of as a worship leader and as a music director. And, you know, I love being able to go back and be a part of it any way I can. So I kind of put this together. You know, this song was kind of pressing on my heart. You know, I had been looking for the opportunity to do it, essentially, and I made that the opportunity. And I love the way it came out. I spent way too long on it, on making it and things like that. But I mean, this song is just so beautiful. It traces kind of gospel history, or the gospel story, you might put it as, and in such a beautiful way anyway. And it ended up resonating with a lot of people, far more than what I would have imagined. I thought this was just going to be another post to kind of keep this channel going and whatever, but the 7th most views, and, you know, so many people kind of reached out to me on Facebook and on YouTube in the comments, kind of just letting me know kind of how much they needed to hear that right now. And, you know, what this song is about kind of is just taking on a posture of glorifying, and, you know, I think it's something that is really important for us to do in any time. So yeah, here's So Will I.
The rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sum of all our praises still falls short,
I'm wearing an Impact shirt.
then we'll sing again 100 billion times.
Where's Dad? I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to be filming. Please don't walk. And, you know, whatever. At least he backed up, bro. I love this.
You chased down my heart through all of my failure and pride. On a hill you created, the light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die.
I put the lyrics on the screen, which is actually a really painstaking process. It's very particular to do
As you
it.
speak,
But I did it because the lyrics are so important.
100 billion failures disappear. Where you lost your life so I could find it here. If you left the grave behind you, so will I.
Yeah, so the lyrics on the screen are kind of not only invitational so that the viewer can sing along, but so that the lyrics really, really come across, because it's just such an important part of this song.
Every part designed in a work of art called love. If you gave your life to love them, so will I.
Here it comes.
Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Like you would again 100 billion times, but what measure could amount to your desire? People talk all they want about how, you know, lyricism was left behind back in the hymn days, or in the days of hymns. But man, every now and then we get a new one that just wrecks me. This is one of them. Let's go on to number 6. So number 6 is actually tied with number 5. They're both of the song Closer Than They Appear, which is an original song that I wrote with my sister. She wrote the lyrics and I wrote the music. Really, really great experience. It was actually for my dad as a Christmas present. After watching, I think, Rocket Man and seeing the creative process between Bernie Taupin and Elton John. He knew my sister, wrote poetry and wrote plays and wrote lyrics constantly, and he knew that I was a music guy. He was just like why haven't you just done a collaboration like that where one writes the lyrics and one writes the music? So we did it kind of, for him, and this great song came out of it. It got to be premiered at a Wake Forest production of the play How I Learned to Drive, which was a really great production. And this song kind of ties into that. Anyway, yeah, the music video actually got 547, and the audio of the song got 573. But anyway, let's watch the music video. I want to pull up the moment where I felt most like a rock star in my entire life.
All my excuses
Yeah, DJ.
ran out. Feeling sorry for myself. Chain
I think it's a rock band mic that she's singing into. Yeah, here we go. There's that tongue tick, it's still there. Shout out to Ty and Taylor Barker. Would always call me out for that that little tongue tick there. I mean, my parents called it out from the beginning, but they were of my educators. They were the ones that always kind of called me out for that. Concentration. So anyway, that video was shot and edited by Alexander Stanham. And he did a really awesome job with it. The shoot was so fun. It was really, really hot. We shot it in August in Miami, at a parking garage, as you can tell. But it was a really cool video. We brought Enrique Lastra over and DJ Taylor, who you saw there playing bass and drums respectively. It was actually funny because when we showed up to the shoot, we had actually each brought in each other's instruments. So I kind of did the casting of the instrumentalists based off of look, but none of them had the instruments that they would end up playing. So I brought the drum set, DJ brought the bass, and Enrique brought the guitar. And then I played Enrique's guitar, Enrique played DJ's bass, and DJ played my drums. So it was really cool. It was a really, really fun day. And then we finished off by getting Taco Bell and Baja Blasts. But anyway, fun shoot, fun day, great video. Go back and watch it if you haven't. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is the arrangement of Moon River that I did with Sincere Hatton over the quarantine. Beautiful arrangement, beautiful performance on his part. I love this song. There's something so kind of golden age about it, so classic about it. Just its melody line and its harmony. Note placement on this song is actually really, really valuable. Or really, really smart the way that it was written. But anyway, let's kind of check out some of this. So obviously this was kind of spawned by the quarantine and us being kind of separated prematurely because we go to college together at Anderson, so we kind of had to dish it all out through FaceTime and text how we were going to go about creating this. It was a really interesting process. It's a challenge that kind of a lot of musicians were faced with. But I was really glad that we got to do it. One thing I want to point out is the painting behind Sincere. He was so excited when he first kind of listened to the track and heard my arrangement that I wanted to do. He was like, yo, I got this painting that I got to put in the video. And I think it was like his grandmother's or something that they had bought at a yard. I don't remember the story really, but I know that he had to go drive and pick it up and get it and set it up in this room so that he could film with it behind him. It's a really dope painting. But anyway, I just loved it, like his enthusiasm about that and about the shoot in general. There's a little Claire de Lune quote because it's Moon River. Oh, I'm always too on the nose with my references. Anyway, I'm really confident that Sincere got me a lot of those 669 views. So shout out to Sincere for doing that video with me and sending people my way. That was a really awesome collaboration, and I was really glad to have been able to do it. Yeah, it was just really sweet. Number 3 Number 3 is my arrangement of Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, or of the Christmas song that was produced by Parker Gann for the AU Magi album, which is a really awesome benefit album that the university does every Christmas, basically to put toys for kids who wouldn't be fortunate enough to have a Christmas that year. So it was a really fun opportunity to do, and then I ended up making a music video out of it because I loved the track that I ended up putting together, the arrangement that we ended up putting together. And, you know, people loved it. I mean, it's weird having one of your most viewed songs be a Christmas song because it's harder to share it with people January through November. Like, it's weird to just send someone a Christmas song, but this is really kind of one of the best things I've done. I shot it at the AU Makerspace. They have like a little green screen booth, and that's where I shot it, and that's where you'll kind of see the red and green backgrounds and things like that. I didn't have to set up a bed sheet. And yeah, it was like a full day of shooting, a really hard edit. I was still on iMovie when I made this. This is one of the last videos I did on iMovie because it was so frustrating how painstaking it was. But anyway, let's check out some of this.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost
Looking around at each other. I want to do more split screen stuff.
Yuletide carols being sung by
When I did this arrangement, I really just wanted to capture warmth. The lyrics of this song kind of gave me enough to work with to where I knew I wanted the singular word for this to embrace was warmth. And you know, hopefully it came across with both the performance, the arrangement, and the mix.
to make the season bright and old. Tiny tots with their
That chord was, I don't know why, that throws me back to yesterday. Actually, a lot of this, throws back to yesterday because kind of the similar. But this was a bit more mature. No Finding Nemo 3D glasses.
loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
Another one of those chords where I'm like, I don't know what I did there. I gotta go back and figure it out.
He's gonna spark 2 kids from 1 to 92.
This is another video like yesterday that really got a lot of love on Instagram as well as YouTube. But I'm glad it got the viewership that it did on YouTube.
Merry Christmas.
I guess that belt affected the green screen somehow.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
And then I get up. I think I had left that in. I think I didn't want to, but then when I saw kind of what it looked like when kind of the whole video just kind of sprinkles away, each person gets up, each video disappears, and the grid disappears. I kind of like that dissolve. Anyway, shout out to Park again for mixing that again. And shout out to all of you who watched that one last December and gave me a bunch of love for it, man. That was really, really nice kind of seeing all the different comments and things like that. Number two is the live video of my performance of Purple Rain with the AU Orchestra at the President's Gala in 2019. I could talk to you guys for hours about what an amazing experience this was, both the day of and the months and months beforehand. I have, I think, record as early as October 2018 of the score, of when I started the score for this, and it was performed in May of 2019. And then I finally got the video out March 2020. So it's a very, very long process, both beforehand and afterwards. But this performance, man, like, this is what I love about my school, is that there's opportunities like this and collaborations like this. I want to watch. I know exactly what parts I want to show you guys. So here, just take a look.
I know times are changing. It's time for us to reach out for something new and to say you want to lead it, but you can't seem to make up your mind.
There's actually a video I want to share you guys also from the rehearsal process of when we were kind of doing this. So check this one out too. So yeah, that was my gala performance of Purple Rain. Shout out to Dr. Pettis and Dr. Hansen and everyone that played in that orchestra, obviously for kind of, taking a freshman's arrangement and kind of going with it. And thank you to all the people that watched it, 989 views. If 11 more of you watched it, I would very much appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, that was awesome. Love that video so much. Let's go to number 1, which I think a lot of you can guess what it is, but here's number 1. So as we just saw, my second highest viewed video this year, or this past 12 months, was 989 views. And this one has 5,500, and it actually has over 500,000 on Twitter. And that is all because of one man who decided to share it. And that man is, as you may know, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I talk about this a lot on Twitter. For those of you who are kind of my Facebook peeps or my YouTube peeps, you may not know as much about this incredible story, but just one of the silver linings of quarantine was having the opportunity to put this video together as a final project for my class on the works of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Essentially, the real task was just to write lyrics for an additional song in Hamilton that would add to the story. And I mean, I kind of didn't really do that. I talked to the professor beforehand and I said, hey, I want to make a song where Usnavi from In the Heights meets Hamilton from Hamilton. And it's kind of Lin-Manuel Miranda's two protagonists entering each other's worlds. And he was all for it, of course. And I ended up, instead of just submitting lyrics, I submitted a track. And then ultimately I made the music video because I wanted to put it on Twitter. And I honestly, I'm not even going to front. I wanted to get this in front of Lin-Manuel. And somehow I did. And somehow he loved it. Or at least he enjoyed it enough to share it and say, what he did about me. And I mean, to be the most humbling thing in the world, honestly. And it didn't even hit me. Actually, I was sharing this on Twitter the other day. For months and months and months, for weeks and weeks and weeks, the very cool thing about that was how many people ended up seeing it because of his share. How many of you ended up on my YouTube channel because of it? How many views this got on Twitter or on this? How many follows I got because of it? But in July, just one day I was thinking about it and I was like, man, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of two of my three favorite musicals, the creator and star of two of my three favorite musicals, likened me to a younger version of himself. That was, I mean, if that is not kind of validation for, the work I've been putting in and things like that. And I say that in all humility, honestly. I'm not trying to, again, I don't want this to be this big piece on, everything I've done kind of a thing. It's more of a celebration of the people who have come alongside me. And even as high as him, so, it was super cool to receive such high praise from someone who has been, one of my biggest inspirations, one of my heroes in this kind of creative space. So yeah, let's take a look at this video.
How does the bastard
Little Perez Prado sample for whatever reason.
And
And there's my Purple Rain jacket for Aaron Burr.
Entering the time
And I'm in very thick quarantine haircut at this point.
Since I shot him. He comes upon a small block, blinking your
I shot that right there. I'll put up a picture of the set that day. It's really funny. And the costume design. This is very much a bedroom production.
Hey yo, cuz. What? I know
Wild Berry shirt.
Soon, but
Christian Harloff saw that. It was really cool. And Makuga.
Very funny. Hey, I'm serious, man. This dude looks crazy like local. Tell him we're closed. Would you just come here for a second? Fine.
It's a Macy's Guayabera. And
Sonny, take a walk. I gotta talk to this dude right quick.
and Hamilton's costume is a bathrobe
Hey man, we're
and a
closed. I
towel
don't
kind of
have any
stuffed in
money.
my
Well, welcome
in
to
a
the
white
Heights.
button
What's
down.
your name, man?
And I had to do all the hair differently,
Can
whatever.
I call
This is
you
really fun.
Al? Try Mr. Secretary. Yo, what are you talking about?
Check your $10 bill.
This is so full
the guy
of
who
like
made the
references to the
national
two
banks in,
musicals
like,
that
a
I was
weekend? That's
like
an
really
old white
concerned
dude,
for
man.
anyone that
Puerto
hadn't seen these musicals would have
My
no
cousin,
idea what was
son,
going
I'm
on.
not
It's
your
actually
son.
funny though.
Chill. My cousin named Sonny just left the store.
The,
When he comes back, I don't want you here.
The
no
number of
more.
people who actually enjoyed it without knowing the musicals
that a
or with
threat?
just knowing Hamilton.
Well, allow me to reintroduce
I'm about to snap.
myself. I am the
But anyway, like-
Hamilton. I'll be Jefferson.
Yeah, like I said, like pretty much every other line in this is a reference to one of the plays, and it just all came out very naturally because of my knowledge of the two plays, spending a semester studying them. Before the class, I was an avid In the Heights
you're
fan,
definitely from
and
New
I
York. Yeah, but
had
not
seen
this
Hamilton, and I was a fan of Hamilton.
then I guess
But
the
after that
question is
course,
which
I mean,
one?
after spending 4 months
remind me
just
of a
diving
younger
into
me.
two plays,
You remind me of the scrappy and hungry me.
then I
wondering
completely
about the world
absorbed
and
kind
ready to blow.
of these characters and their
Actually, I'm
worlds
quite
and
fine staying
their
here at
verbiage,
home.
how they write, how
Learn your
Lin-Manuel
lesson
wrote for
sooner
them,
than I.
and his writing
Stay
style.
True to
So
yourself and you're gonna be
know.
fine, kid. Forget about your shot. Forget about your legacy. Trade that for a life full of love and memories. See you around, kid.
he just disappears.
He had my
This is the ending that a lot of people didn't get to see because Twitter clipped my video.
He had my eyes.
That was a Jacob Collier resolution there. Anyway, that video is obviously so special to me and such an important part of this channel's life so far. Its very early young life. Thank you to everyone who retweeted it before Lin-Manuel saw it. Thank you to all the people that reached out to me after Lin-Manuel shared it with you. It's really awesome now to go on Twitter and connect with people and always check their profile and see not followed by anyone you're following, because then I know like this is someone in a completely different part of the world than me, in a completely different life than me, a different community than me, but we've kind of been brought together through this. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, the creation of this video was so much fun, which I keep saying about every video, but this one too. It was really weird, kind of like really trying to stay in character as much as I could while just standing in front of my closet and standing in front of like a nightstand with a box and an iPhone. But that's what it takes. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much for going through this memory lane with me. Before I get out, I wanna look at some of the questions that you guys sent in. The first one came from my boy TJ North, who you saw on his cover with me of Fool on the Hill. He asks, what did you accomplish this past year that you didn't possess the skills/experience to accomplish 2 years ago? I mean, it's been a whole lot. Obviously, like the majority of what I've done wouldn't have been able to do back in 2017, 2018. A lot of it was video production. I had a few friends shoot some of these videos, and then a very small amount of them were edited by other people, like A Song for You, Tim edited, or Closer Than They Appear, Stan edited. But for the most part, it was all me on my own, kind of learning video production and learning how to cut things and how to edit. And especially once I got Adobe Premiere Pro, then I got all the tools, and I just kind of watched YouTube and asked every question I could on YouTube and found answers. So kind of the biggest skill set that I didn't have that now I've been able to accomplish was, doing some of the shots, like the video editing in that video is what kind of captures the energy of the performances and of the writing. And that's, if that was just a track, Lin-Manuel wouldn't have seen that. So it's kind of stuff like that too. I'd also like to say that as my musical experience grows and as my listening experience grows, kind of my harmonic ability and my rhythmic abilities kind of expand. So certain things that I'll do in my arrangements, I would have never done, back when I was a junior, senior in high school. But now that I've been able to do and to kind of hear those types of chords and progressions and things like that. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember what I did, but I was still able to do those things. So those are really cool. The next question is from Patty Zampano. Hi, Aunt Patty. She said, how has the pandemic affected your musical career, writings, and development? I completely sympathize with all the people that this pandemic has really hurt. I completely do. And it's been a horrible thing, and I wish it didn't happen. But on the music career side of things, And also what it's done to the show business industry is terrible, and how many people have lost jobs is terrible just in our world. And, you know, thinking about how theaters are going to be the last thing to open up and concerts are going to be the last thing to happen is really sucks. But for my career, it's given me time to create. It's given me time to process. It's given me time to learn. It's given me time to train, to practice. Some of the biggest videos you saw in this were posted during quarantine, were created during quarantine. You know, I would have been in Anderson working on the President's Gala at the time that I made the Lemon Well post. You know, Sincere and I would have been playing in jazz ensemble twice a week, every week, but we would have never put together that Moon River video that ended up being the 3rd highest viewed on my channel. So honestly, some of the accomplishments have just been, you know, and I'm sorry to give such a broad answer, but the quarantine has allowed me to, you know, forget about not the nonsense of life, but the busyness of life, and kind of concentrate on the things I wanted to grow in. Mary Milian, my mother, asks, which videos were the most fun and why? Looking back now, I think I still have to say Bohemian Rhapsody, even though that's a performance more than it was a video or anything like that. But just thinking about that day, that night, doing that in front of my high school, how much, you know, how on fire I was that day. And then, you know, winning the talent show. I don't think I mentioned that. And then afterwards we went on, I don't have to explain this, but we went on a dub hunt, because it was during homecoming, and just kind of riding the high that whole night of what I had just done and just hanging out with everyone and things like that. That was such a fun experience. Such a great memory for me to look back upon, regarding my time at Westminster and things like that. Julie Herber asks, how do you feel you have grown this past year in the musical field you love? Hi, Grandma. I'm not afraid to say that, you know, my biggest supporters are all family members. I think it's really cool. Anyway, I think kind of the biggest development that I've had over the last year was kind of really, really getting to understand not just the idea of musical subjectivity, of how subjective music is and how subjective art is, but really kind of wrestling with what that means to the creator. And I get that this is a really broad answer and a really big topic, but the more that I've gotten to realize that this is not a sport, this is not a competition. You cannot measure how well someone plays, how good someone sings. You cannot measure someone's arrangement or video production skills. The fact that it's all about conveying an emotion or telling a story and using your creative abilities to do so, and to use your own creative voice, and kind of abandoning the idea of me being the best, but just pursuing my own abilities and my own potential and my own voice, kind of has been the biggest and best development. I mean, I'm so glad that I am in this place now where I create the things that scream Maximilian. And I hope that you guys enjoy the things that scream Maximilian. Well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me. I hope you enjoyed looking back at this half as much as I did. And I hope you look forward to what's coming out next. I've had a very, very big summer project that I've spent now months working on for you guys. When it comes out, it is going to be craziness. And you know what? I wasn't planning on doing this, it's not nearly finished. It's not nearly finished, but I want to share a little something with you guys to get you excited about what the 2020-2021 season of this YouTube channel is going to consist of. So here is my gigantic summer project with over 300 vocal tracks, a small snippet of my new arrangement of Stevie Wonder's Sir Duke.
Music knows it is and always will be one of the things that life just won't quit. But here are some of music's pioneers, which time will not allow us to forget. No.